You want the knowledge that's been hidden from you. You know there's more to life than our material existence. You feel it. There's something greater inside you than a mere mortal being. But how can you awaken this great spirit trapped within yourself? Why aren't more people spiritually awakened? Because the churches and spiritual leaders are less interested in divinity and more interested in power. They want us to forget our true power. They want to sever the link between us and our higher selves. And they want to blind us to their plan, but you are waking up. You know something is coming. You don't believe the cover-up story they're trying to sell you. You seek the truth, but where do you turn for real knowledge? When a secret elite controls the cycles of social change from the shadows, where can you find enlightenment? The wisdom of the ancients is more relevant now than ever. Even though you were told that these people were primitive compared to modern man, our ancestors had a much more intimate relationship with spirituality. They left behind great works of knowledge for us to discover. On this channel, I'm dedicated to bringing you the most enlightening ancient texts and secret histories of all time. In this video, I continue to explore the apocalyptic vision that is the Book of Enoch. In my last video, I explored the confusion around Enoch's identity and discussed how he was likely a symbolic character. His name, meaning initiate in Hebrew, and his lifespan of 365 years, suggest he may have been a stand-in for an initiate to a secret society. When we examine the Book of Enoch as a coded message among the illumined, the text has much more menacing implications. Enoch unveils a harrowing vision of the world's end, where every living thing on earth shall perish. The next part of the book shows us the eternal fate of these poor souls. And they brought me to the place of darkness and to a mountain the point of whose summit reached to heaven. And I saw the places of the luminaries and the treasuries of the stars and of the thunder, and in the uttermost depths, where were a fiery bow and arrows in their quiver, and a fiery sword and all the lightnings. Enoch traveled through stars and darkness until he came to a mountain that reached heaven. In this place he saw beings of flame who could morph into human forms. Above the mountain, Enoch saw the source of all the lights in the heavens. He saw a realm of eternal darkness. And from these places he saw the source of all the rivers on earth. Surrounding the mountain, he saw a rolling river of fire. At the base of the mountain, Enoch discovered a great pit, and peering down inside, he saw a hellish sight. There Enoch realized what had happened to the Watchers who seduced and corrupted humanity. The fallen angels were imprisoned in a fiery abyss. He described it as a chaotic realm, where the fallen angels were bound and burning as punishment for their disobedience to God. The Watchers were sentenced to remain imprisoned there for 10,000 years. Meanwhile, the human women they seduced were transformed into sirens. Enoch found a path that led inside the mountain. He felt his way along as the path grew darker and darker. He moved deeper and deeper until he saw a glowing light from within. The innermost cavern of this great mountain was called Sheol. Today we know it better as the underworld. Enoch witnessed the spirits of the dead gathering. Here they would wait until Judgment Day. In the middle of the cavern was a fountain that shimmered with a glorious light. The archangel Raphael explained to Enoch that only the righteous dead could drink from the fountain, while the sinners would face severe punishment. It was then that Enoch heard a familiar voice calling to him. It was the voice of his slain uncle Abel. Still seeking justice after all these years, Abel pleaded with Enoch. Abel wanted Cain's lineage eradicated as retribution for his murder. Enoch assured Abel of the eternal rule of God, saying that all would be made right in the end. Then Enoch saw a perpetually burning fire in the west, surrounded by beautiful, fragrant trees, including the Tree of Life. The Tree of Life is off limits to mortals until Judgment Day. It is said that eating fruit from the Tree of Life will grant you eternal life. Many biblical scholars believe this is why Adam and Eve were exiled from the Garden of Eden. Made in the image of God, if Adam and Eve had eaten from the Tree of Life and obtained immortality, what would have stopped them from being seen as gods themselves? Who would serve God if humanity were as powerful as he? Enoch ascended, leaving the underworld below, and traveled eastward through the desert. He walked until he reached the earth's end. It was here that he saw the true nature of our reality. He saw 3 heavenly portals, each one controlling different kinds of weather. Enoch traveled to the west, where he found 3 more portals. To the south, 3 more portals. All of these portals had smaller portals above them. These portals, Enoch observed, were for passage across the stars. Each one followed a predetermined path. Enoch praised God for all his glorious works and all the miraculous wonders displayed across creation. Thus ends the first book of Enoch. It's an apocalyptic and hallucinatory odyssey, but when you understand the symbolic nature of the Bible and take into account recent discoveries in archaeology and space exploration, the pieces of the puzzle start to fall into place. As I've explored in other videos, 445,000 years ago, beings known as the Anunnaki came from another world to Earth. They came to mine gold and transport it back to their home world. These extraterrestrials used their advanced technology to genetically engineer a race of workers out of the primitive apes they found here. This divisive experiment led to conflicts among the Anunnaki, as some shared forbidden knowledge with the Earthlings. The resulting war and chaos ended when the half-brothers Enki and Enlil created a great flood to wipe out the product of Anunnaki and human interbreeding. Then the Anunnaki started human civilization over again, but this time, keeping their existence secret to all but a few of Enki's bloodline. They concealed the forbidden knowledge from the masses. Only those descended from the chosen bloodline were given access to the Anunnaki's plans for humanity. And even fewer were shown how to awaken their true potential power, while the rest of us are kept in the dark, exiled from the garden. After all, they wouldn't want us to eat from the tree of life, would they? And this gives us a clue to the true nature of the portals Enoch described. Are these portals symbolic representations of Anunnaki technology? Connecting Earth to the heavens through a passage of stars bears a striking resemblance to the concept of wormholes. Having 2 mouths connected by a throat, wormholes would allow travel between 2 extremely distant points. Is the Book of Enoch a map to the actual location of these wormholes here on Earth? Do the Anunnaki still use these wormholes to this day? And most importantly, why is this knowledge being hidden from us? Who is afraid of us discovering the truth? And what are they willing to do to keep it secret? We'll explore that and more in the next video, where I'll decode Enoch's parables. Please leave any theories or insights you have in the comments below, and share what you'd like me to explore in future videos. Because the powers that be want to suppress free thinkers at all costs, they will censor me for exposing the systems of manipulation at work. If you want to stay informed and learn the secret knowledge of all ages, please subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. That way we can keep in touch even if they try to deplatform me. Thanks again.